Hello there. On this session, I chose the topic Excel XLOOKUP, the feature XLOOKUP in Excel, which was the feature added the summer of July, I think it was July 2019. So this is one of the latest functionalities that Microsoft Excel added, and it is basically, I would say, an elaboration on VLOOKUP. It's much more versatile, powerful, and effective than VLOOKUP. So on this session, I'm using this sample worksheet work file, and it has several sample tabs on it, as you see here, like the simple Excel lookup horizontal, Excel lookup wildcard, and Excel lookup reverse order, and it's also like this one here, Excel lookup. It's comparing to VLOOKUP. So there are several tabs and examples, and I will start with the first one, the simple Excel lookup. And on this one, my goal is basically trying to compare Excel lookup against VLOOKUP and kind of emphasize and focus on the additional power and functionalities that it's bringing. So as you know, with VLOOKUP, well, actually, let's start with an example so that I can explain myself better. So I'm going to start with this one, simple Excel lookup. On this left-hand side, the columns in blue, name and email. And this is the resulting data range. And here on the right-hand side, columns between D and H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns here. Those are basically, this is the range, the data source range for Excel lookup. So let's start with, right now the cursor is on this email address for Joe Sheet. So the goal here is the function, the formula is written Excel lookup. It's looking at the lookup value, which is the value in A5, the cell A5, Joe Sheet. And the goal is to look at the range here, this range here I just highlighted, and find Joe Sheet and its corresponding email address and populate right here on this cell. So the way it's done is again, just like in VLOOKUP, it is starting with the lookup value, A5. And then it is looking at the column E, actually, E4 all the way down to E1003. So it's looking at the column E. And then the next one is G4 to G1003. So also looking at the column G. Column G, as you see, stores the email addresses for each of those people, individuals. So Joe Sheet's email address happens to be right here. So it's finding Joe Sheet's name in the column E and finding its corresponding email. But look at the difference. If we were looking this VLOOKUP, that would be starting with the same lookup value, starting with the column E, and then taking this range, and it would be saying, okay, in the column number 1, 2, and stop at number 3. So we'll be stopping number 3 and try to find the corresponding email address. We don't have to do this with XLOOKUP because it's given a versatility that wherever the value is located, all you have to do is given that location. And in fact, as you know, you can also use a name range instead of using the absolute or reference addresses, cell addresses. So you can find that. You can in fact do this the other way around. Like, it could be, for instance, here in H column, and maybe you need the value, corresponding value is in E. So now, if it was VLOOKUP, you always have to start from the left-hand side as the first column. In XLOOKUP, you don't have to do that. If the information is here corresponding to the value in any of those columns, you can find the value. So that is one example I just wanted to share with XLOOKUP from this tab. Excuse me. I'm going to stop here, and I will continue on some of those next tabs to kind of elaborate on the functionality and power of XLOOKUP. Thank you.